right, Shalom. I'm out here once again, to prophesy this place, the downfall of this place, and to come out here and teach our people Israel, man, to wake up the 12 tribes, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Salaka, I don't have my stick, it's still being processed. Lord will, I'll have that stick next week. But first and foremost, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, and Barak Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops. Great millstone that taught us His word. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect across the planet Earth, pushing this truth in the spirit, in sincerity, and in truth. So just coming out here as we're commanded, out of the fear of the Lord, man, because our Lord is returning. Yahweh Shai is coming back. He's coming back for His remnant. 144,000, elect, right? You have to come out here and abide in the work. No matter what happens, no matter what situation that you may come into, wake up to this truth, learn this truth. You got to come out to these highways and the byways to teach His word. Because Esau's about to come down with great wrath, man. The scriptures say, because of Noah, He has but a short time. We see in the prophecies coming to pass. It's getting heavy. It's getting heavy, man. Donald Trump, he's doing his thing. That cruel leader, turning the EU nations against the whore, also known as Babylon the Great, also known as America. It's that time of Jacob's trouble is coming real soon, man. It's time to repent and get right. So if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American, because you are the children of the Most High, you are the people of the Most High. All right? It is coming back to collect, right? Because the days are dangerous out here, man. The days is short, man. It's about to get really bad. Martial law and Jesse Ventura already determined that, this place is a third world country, that this place is in martial law. Troops are walking around with machine guns, right? The scriptures say that it shall be like a madman sparing none, right? That's just the beginning of the sorrows, man. Coming trouble is going to be like a day like no other, as the scriptures say, man. No matter all the hard times, the genocides, the killings, that happened throughout the history, 70 AD. It's going to be worse than all of them times put together, man. So it's time to get your faith up, get your spirit up, come out and teach His word, man, so that you can be protected in that day, man. All you have to do is repent, repent and come back to who you are, man. And only the elect is going to do that. It also will come with this microchip, right? This man wants to implant you with the chip, man, so that you can be His slave forever and ever, man, so He can control your spirit, your soul, man. Elon Musk came out and said that 2026 is going to be the year that they're going to mass produce, these brain chips, man. All right? People say you're going to have to take that chip, whether it be in your forehead or whether it be in your hand or anywhere in your body, man. The Lord said not to take that. You're going to get caught up in that nuclear destruction. But yeah, and that's just the hour of temptation. It's another time of trouble that's coming, man. The time of temptation, because you're not going to be able to buy anything or sell anything unless you have that mark. So it's all about proving your faith to Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh being the Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son, man. Out here in Van Nuys, it's Northern Kingdom there, man. Mostly it's Northern Kingdom out here, man. All you Latinos, man, you are the children of Israel, man. You're not a Latino, all right? That's not your biblical nationality. So you go back to the Northern Kingdom, you're not a Mexican, you're not a Venezuelan. Because He's all showing you how He feels right now about you Latinos, man. You're not a Colombian, right? Out here in Van Nuys, man. Same thing with the Negroes, man. You're not an FBA, Foundational Black American, man. You're not a Haitian, man. You're a tribe of Levi, man. The Negroes, you're a tribe of Judah, right? Mexicans, you're a tribe of Issachar. I wish I had my stick out here. Lord will, man, I'll have that stick next week. Because this man's about to come down with great wrath, man. But it's time for people to wake up, man. It's time for our nation to wake up. All right? Come out here and lift that voice up, man. So we can get the fuck up out of here, man. But you northern tribes, man, you're joined unto idols, man. You don't want the Lord, man. You want Guadalupe, man. Y'all want Jesus Christ. Or with Jesus Christ, with a man named Cesare Borgia, man. And he's dead, all right? He may be reincarnated now, But at the end of the day, man, he's not a power, man. He's not a true God. The true God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, the first spirit ever created. All right? He's coming back to collect, man. He's coming back to destroy this place. He's coming back to conquer. He's coming back for these crowns, man. Also, he's coming back to throw all you other nations in slavery. Esau, so-called white man, and all you other nations under him, man. Hey, you know, he's coming back to throw you in slavery right along with his joint heirs, which are the elect, right? First, let me get the scripture. So Proverbs 1:7. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yeah, the fear of the Lord, man. That's the beginning. And 2/3 of our people, they do not fear the Lord, man. They don't care. Out here running around doing whatever the hell they want to do. Up in these churches, you know. There's always some type of issue going on in these churches, man, down there in Atlanta. Now everybody's getting all that pastor's wife. You know, she got a BBL and a dress and all that. It's like total madness in these churches, man. These harlot houses. Before he was talking about the Lord wasn't about his father's business. All that, most Lord's going to destroy that place, man. All these different churches, man. But they ultimately they don't have the fear of the Lord, man. They don't have the faith and they don't have the fear. That's why they're caught up in them churches. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So in order to get this knowledge, you gotta first have fear. You know, if you have fear, you're gonna come out to these streets. No matter what situation you're in. Put this word, wake up 2/3, wake up the elect of our people, man. 2/3 of our people are gonna be destroyed. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Fools despise wisdom, man. Really, because they're offended by it. You know? But fools despise wisdom and instruction, man. Let me jump down. This is what we was commanded to do, man. Do the work of the Father, the will of the Father, man. Jump down to verse 20. Wisdom cries out, uttereth her voice in the streets. As you can see, we're out here in the streets, highways and byways, man. Rising up early, man. To wake our people, get them out of that heathen state of mind, that Gentile state of mind, man. Christ is the chief place of concourse. The openings, the gates, in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long? Yeah, chief place of concourse when we come out to our people, business. She uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? You know, people love being simple, man. Up in these churches, man. Worshiping Jesus Christ, you know. That's a simple mindset, man. And scorners delight in their scorning. Fools hate knowledge, so they don't have fear of the Lord, but so, you know, they want to scorn the men of the Lord, man. They want to scorn this truth. And fools hate knowledge. Our people hate knowledge, man. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I'll pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and you refuse. I stretch out my hand and no man regard. So the Lord's been calling, man, ever since really 2008. This word went up on the internet, you know, really going back to the 70s. You know, the Lord called, but you refused. It's a lot. And no man regarded. You have set at naught all my counsel, and none my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity and mock when your fear cometh. So when your calamity cometh, when this devil comes down with great wrath, the Lord's going to mock at you, man. The Lord and the men of the Lord. They're going to mock. They're going to laugh, man. Sitting back, drunk, sipping on some wine, man. Well, y'all getting persecuted. Y'all getting gunned down. Like that woman up there in Minnesota, you know, them ICE agents, you know, straight gunned her down, man. And that's going to happen on a wide scale, man. The ICE agents, martial law troops, they're going to go door to door. You know, they're going to bust up in your house, throw you into concentration camps, sparing you, spare none. Scripture said. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. You can't when your fear cometh, man. Right now you're quiet, and you're at peace, somewhat at peace, you know. A lot of y'all losing your jobs, you know, that AI is taking over. When your fear cometh as desolation, your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, and distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, they shall not find me. Yeah, when all hell breaks loose, man. As soon as they say peace and safety, that's when sudden destruction is going to come upon them, right? That's when you're going to call upon, the Lord. That's when you're going to seek the men of the Lord. It's going to be too late. Men, they ain't going to be out here on the streets. To answer your question, I'm going to get that too. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. They ain't going to be able to find the Lord, man. But it's too late. It's not too late right now. You have all throughout Babylon, all throughout the world, that are propped up in the street corners, man. Teaching you, bidding you to come into the marriage, bidding you to come into the adoption. Yahweh Shai is on his way back. Yahweh Shai has a place that he's preparing, man. Prepared a place for you, man. Kingdom. America is not it's not your home, man. This isn't your home in America, man. You're brought here to serve slavery. You're brought here to be persecuted, be shot down. Slavery, man. The Lord's preparing a place, man. The kingdom of heaven is going to be right here on the planet Earth. For they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Yeah, they hated knowledge, man. They hated the fact that Yahweh Shai was a dark-skinned, so-called black man. They hated that, man. They hate the fact that the white man can't be saved. These other nations can't be saved, man. They hate that shit. They love the oppression, man. They love the oppression and the oppressor, man. That's Stockholm syndrome, man. Our people are completely into that, man. For they hated knowledge, did not choose to fear the Lord. They didn't choose to fear the Lord, man. They chose the ways of this world, man. They chose the pollutions of this world. The Lord said to separate yourself from this place. Bear with me 1 second. Yes, Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. The Lord told us to rise up and depart from this place, man. Spiritually, mentally, man. Rise up out of this place, man. It's not for you, man. This is a place for you to, serve slavery. This isn't your foundation. For it's not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Right? Back in Proverbs 1:28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge. They did not choose to fear the Lord. They chose to love America. Yeah, 2/3 of our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But if this truth resonates with you, get up off your butt, and you can do this work, man. This time is short, man. The devil knows that he has but a short time. Right, because these visions, these prophecies are propping off these pages, man. Visions, yeah, for a short time, man. Because Amos 9:8, behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saving the Lord. Right. The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and these angels are beholding this place, man. Upon the sinful kingdom. Right here, talking about America. But he said that he's going to destroy it from off the face of the earth. How he's going to destroy it? Through the nuclear missiles, man. The outcome of this World War III. Yes, this outcome of the World War III, man, it's going to be nuclear destruction. It's going to destroy this whole land, man, from Maine all the way to California. Shippers talk about 200 million missiles are going to touch down on this place. All right, and all certain other parts of the world, including Israel, man. But Israel's going to be built right back up. Scripture says the sons of strangers are going to build up thy walls. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days cometh, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So the Lord's going to send a famine of the word, man. Pretty soon, these prophets aren't going to be out here. All right, and that martial law is right around the corner. Yeah, it's linking up with that Proverbs 1 and 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. It's going to be too late. The Lord's, his hand is out here right now, man, asking you, bidding you to the adoption, bidding you to the marriage, to come back to your nationality, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer, man. Yeah, when their fear and their desolation come in, then they want to get right, As soon as they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them, man. Now is the time to get right. And you see it going on, man. Uproars of the people out there in Minnesota, that woman that got shot by the ICE agent, Uproars of the people in Iran. They done cut off the power. They done cut off the internet out there. The Ayatollah over there is talking about he's going to go to Russia, if the U.S. intervenes. But that's okay, because once the U.S. goes into Iran, per the scriptures, once the U.S. goes into Iran, invades Iran, then Russia's going to be a guard, into Iran, per the scriptures. So it's all linking up, man. The scriptures are all linking up, all right? That's what we look forward to, man. Russia in league with Iran, same thing with China. They were once in league with Venezuela, but as soon as that Maduro guy got taken out of power, which was against international law, that's that cruel leader. Trump don't give an F out here, man. He's doing what he wants to do, but really he's being controlled by the spirit, being controlled by these angels, man. Doing the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Bringing out His will. Angels all over, man. Working on the minds of these different leaders, angels. So once he took out that Maduro guy, it was all just an oil grab. So all of a sudden, they had this oil deal, all this because he needed that oil. Now China, because China used to do business with Venezuela, now that Venezuela's doing business with America, they're doing business with Iran now. They're getting that Iranian oil, So Most High is separating these different nations. Most High is creating that hatred for the whore, which his Bible is America. For the scriptures. The prophets of old have desired to see these things, man. And we're in a blessed position because now we're seeing. And this should increase your faith that much more. Because Trump is doing his thing, man. 2026, it's going to be a hell of a year, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, so if the truth resonates with you, come out here and do the will, man. The precept, Jeremiah. Jeremiah 13:15. I've sent also unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now, every man from his evil way, That's the will of the Father. Hey, that's what the prophets are out here saying. Turn now from your evil way. You're calling yourself a Negro, man. That's not the right way. Calling yourself a Mexican, that's not the right way. You know, come back to your nationality. First, you have to fear. Have that fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. That accept this truth, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You know, you're not going to be saved by the law. Show your faith, like trying to keep the laws to the best of your ability. I mean, none of us is perfect out here, man. I damn sure ain't perfect at all. But you know, we're here to rehearse the righteous acts. We're in this flesh. That's why the second covenant is going to be established. Then we're going to be perfect. That's another reason why we want to look forward to, with hasten the day, the returning of our power, man. Of our Yahweh Shai, man, our Savior. And that second covenant can be established, man, so that we can be perfect, so we can write the law in our inward parts. I've sent also unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising up early, sending them, saying, return you now, every man from his evil way, and amend your doings. And change your ways, man. And go not after other gods to serve them. Man, that's a major thing with our people, other gods. You got people that are into Islam, you know, worshiping the moon. Most of our people are in them churches, worshiping Cesare Bozier, you know, Jesus, Latinos, they hella joined on the idols. People say, Ephraim, leave him alone, man. Joined on the idols. Man. They're heavy into that, man. So, that's part of the curses also, man. Go not after other gods, serve them, and you shall dwell in the land which I have given you to your fathers. And that's the goal, man. That's the goal that we're all looking forward to. Is to go back into the land of Israel, man. Our true heritage, our true land, really this whole planet, really this whole universe, man. That's what I want. Land full of milk and honey, man. And you shall dwell in the land which I have given to you and to your fathers. But ye have not inclined your ear, nor hearkened unto me. Rising up early, calling upon these people, man. For years now. So they have not inclined their ear. And they don't want to. So that's why the Lord's going to have to get rid of you and destroy you. All right? There's no other way. The Lord said, all Israel shall be saved. Right? So eventually you're going to come back in your right mind. And we're going to be our people again. Our people will have these curses on us. You know, but we're dealing with these curses. Soon, you know, we're going to be dealing with these blessings. You know, that's another thing. We look forward to blessings upon blessings. The Lord said He's going to shower us with blessings. But our people are into, you know, these other gods. That's the curse that came upon us. We're scattered unto these other lands. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 36. And the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. All right? So that's the curse that came upon us. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, even King David, man. We went into slavery, we dealt with it, even with our king, man, David. He was in slavery right there with us. Which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Man, yeah, we're scattered. The main one is here in America. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. Man. Okay, we were brought down low in this place. Man. Nigger, coon, spick, wetback, all these proverbs, these bywords, man, that were put on us unto this very day. Even amongst each other, we hate each other, man. All the technology. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. So no matter where you go, man, you're going to be looked down upon. You're going to be hated. And thou shalt carry much seed into the field, and thou shalt gather in little. The locust shall consume it. Yeah, you ain't going to build nothing out here. Come down 43. Stranger that is within thee shall get up very above. It's a lot. Stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt become down very low. Yeah, because all these heathen nations, all these other nations are very high above us, man. And we're very low in society. Even though, Esau doesn't really like to talk about it. These people don't really like to talk about it. Liberals, these conservatives, they're trying to minimalize, the racism of this place. But everybody hates Negro out here, man. Everybody, so-called black man, he's very bottom, man. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Yeah, the borrowers out here. You can't lend to nobody. We're the borrowers, and we're the tail. So that's why you want to get right, man. You don't want to stay in this place forever. What's the point? Why would you want to be the tail forever? Why would you want to be on the bottom forever? Apparently our people trust in oppression, man. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and statutes which he commanded thee. So moreover, it said right here, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, shall pursue thee. Curses pursued you, man. No matter where you went, curses are right behind you, and overtake thee. It was completely overtaken by his curses, especially with the woman, man. Till thou be destroyed. And we're destroyed out here. Really, only the remnant. Only the remnant. It's the only people out here that hasn't been destroyed. Our people are completely destroyed, man. But that's what these nations did. They came together with one consent, saying, "Let us come cut them off from being a nation." So all were confederate against us, man. All these people out here, man. But you want to save these other nations, man. These other nations will not serve you. They will not save you. Damn sure ain't going to serve you until the Lord come back and force them to serve us. They shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness, gladness of heart, the abundance of all. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, thirst, nakedness, and in the want of all things. So I'm reading this just to let you know why we're in the position that we're in. Why you're at the bottom. Why you're most hated. Why you at the tail. Why you've been brought down very low. Because we went off on our power. We went off. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck till he have destroyed thee. That's that you know that you can't compare this book to any other book. Right? He said, he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And didn't we have these yokes of iron upon our necks when we was in slavery? Didn't we have that? He showed you that in that movie, Django Unchained. Book names, man. You can't compare this book to any other book. No book shall want her mate. This is the truth right here. The scriptures, man. The Bible, man. The scriptures. And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the earth, end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. We were speaking Hebrew when we first came over here, right? We weren't speaking English. They beat that English into us. But Christopher Columbus, it's well documented fact that he had Hebrew interpreters. Yeah, man, it just goes on with these curses, man. I'm just reading this to let you know there's a reason why we're in the position that we're in. You know, why you can't seem to get ahead. Why this so-called white man hates your ass, man. Why did he set up ICE, breaking up your families? Because he hates you. He always did. He had a perpetual hatred, man. Yeah, jumping down to verse 54. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. You want to know why when your daddy wasn't there? You want to know why we're banging out here in these streets? Because of them curses. But hey, this curse is almost up. You know, that's why we look forward, hasten to the day of the coming of our Lord, Yahushua. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left for him in the siege, in the straitness, whereas thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. At the time when, you know, the Israelite woman, so-called black woman, was tender and delicate. Believe it or not, she had her hair, she had her beauty. She wouldn't even step, you know, she would carry it around. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, toward her son, toward her daughter. That's why you can't seem to get no cooperation from your black queen. You know? That's why your mother, you know, was a bad person, man. A deadbeat mom. You know, that's why she was selfish. You know, that's why the black woman is very selfish and has that low level contempt and hatred for you. Man. All of you. They all have that hatred for you, man. During the civil rights movement, man. Now she wants to act like she's coming back because, you know, her government, her white daddy, you know, was taking away, you know, her little benefits that she was getting. DEI benefits, affirmative action, which is really for you men. You know, that's what they fought for in the civil rights movement. You were supposed to have them jobs, those cushy little middle management jobs and whatnot. And what did the black woman do, man? She linked up with the white woman under feminism. It took them, gave them jobs to the white woman, helped the white woman take them jobs for you, man. Yeah, so really that DEI, it was just the white women and some black women that benefited from that. And you Jake men, y'all didn't benefit at all from that shit. So, you know, the point being, she had that evil eye towards you. That's why she walks around with that weave. You wanna know why she wears that weave? That blonde weave? Because she hates herself, man. She hates you. How could she like you when she hates herself? But that curse is gonna be lifted off of her in the kingdom. You know, you're gonna have that tender and delicate woman once again. That's why you gotta hasten the day for this thing, man. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for the want of things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. We're gonna come back to that, man. You know, we're gonna come back to that cannibalism. thou wilt not observe and do all the words of the book, the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name of the Lord thy God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's why you fear, man. Curses is no joke out here, man. This curses is no joke. The fear is the beginning of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's what we read. For all these things are coming to an end. How do we know that? Because of these prophecies, man. That's why you got to be on your watch out here before hastening the coming of the day of the Lord. They don't have that fear, so they lack, that knowledge. God. So Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And so that's why we're destroyed. We're destroyed out here. Why? For lack of knowledge. Because we don't fear the Lord, man. 2/3 of our people do not fear. So therefore you lack knowledge. Therefore you're going to be destroyed out here, man. All praises. Yahweh Shai. Jumping down to verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. Just like we read in Jeremiah. Bring that back up. Yeah, Jeremiah 35:15. I've sent also unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now every man from his evil way, and amend your doings, and go not after other gods to serve them. That's the main thing like we just read, man. Ephraim, it's the head tribe of the northern kingdom. So it's really representing all of the northern kingdom, man. It says Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. That's okay, man. The Lord is going to destroy you. You'll be good. There'll be elect that's going to come up out of that. Saturnalia. What else? Guadalupe. Mother, Virgin Mother. Mary had sex, man. All right? Yeah, the Day of the Dead. But it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. You straight up reject the knowledge back in Hosea. So we don't care when the Lord destroys you. Then the Lord will be sipping on wine when the Lord finally destroys you people out here, man. If they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Just like, just like we read in Proverbs, The Lord is going to reject you and laugh at your calamity. Can't say it enough. It's a cold deal out here, man. Back in Proverbs 1:26, I also will laugh at your calamity and mock when your fear cometh. That's the Lord rejecting you. Things get rough. Your fear cometh as desolation. Your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. They're opening up, might have to move. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. And seek me early, they shall not find me. Are you opening it up, bro?
Huh?
You opening it up?
Yeah, I'm leaving it at the gate.
Okay. Cross the street real quick. Bear with me 1 second. the original spot that I wanted, but you know, someone's over there. Yeah. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. You shall seek me early. They shall not find me. And you ain't gonna find the Lord out here, man. It's too late. So that's why you gotta get right. But yeah, man, I want to go on to a little bit of the history with the northern tribes. You know, because America is not your foundation, man. Foundation of Israel. And we're going back. We're going back to that land. And we're going to be the Most High people again. And He's going to be our power, and we're going to be His people. Forever and ever. And we're never going to go off again. They'll say it's the scriptures. It was a new covenant. The second covenant is going to be established. Rock. Yeah. Flock to that, you know. Because there's a whole history, you know, with the northern tribes, man. You know, he didn't come through the Barren Strait. Then he came from Israel from when he was released from the Syrian captivity. This is 2nd Ezra 13:40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea, king, who Salmanassar, king of Syria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so they came to another land, right? What do they call America? Before it was discovered, man. It's called the New World, another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, and they would leave the multitude of the heathen. They would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth unto a further country where never mankind dwelt. Yeah, the New World. No man dwelt here, you know, prior to, well, I mean, we knew about it. King Solomon had his navy, you know, where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. Originally, they came over out of that Syrian captivity over here to America to keep the land, or to keep their statutes and commandments, you know? So their intentions were good. And just a little bit more history. It's out of the Compact Bible Dictionary. From Salmanassar. That ruler was Salmanassar V, from 726 to 722 BC, around that time. So it was a whole, when did Columbus sail the ocean blue? It was 1492 and the Northern Kingdom was already over here, so there was a whole nother history prior to that. Yeah, so this is out of the Compact Bible Dictionary, page 539, of Shalmaneser, the god of Shulam, chief, title of 5 Assyrian kings, of one who is mentioned in the Old Testament, although referred to as to an Israelitish king, Shalmaneser III, from 859 to 824, son of Ashfurthal. The description left behind him says that he opposed Benhadad of Damascus and Ahab of Israel and made Israel tributary. Shalmaneser V, 726 to 722 BC, son of Tiglath-Pileser, received tribute from Hosea, besieged Samaria, and carried the northern tribes into captivity. And he gives some scriptures. The 2 Kings 7:13. 7:3. So let's see what that has to say. I'll start at 1. It says Hosea reigns over Israel. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hosea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria. Hosea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, for he had sent messengers to the king of Israel and brought no present to the king of Syria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. But yeah, them days, he didn't bring him a present. And, the king of Assyria sent him into, shut him up, bound him in prison. The king of Assyria came up through all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria. Took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah, in harbor by the Ninth River, in the cities of the Medes. So yeah, man, they fell, man. They went into slavery. That's talking about your northern tribes, man. You went under the king of Syria. So then after he was released from the king, he went over to another land that no man had dwelt, over here in America. So this place is not your origin, man. You have a whole history of there in Israel. Again, back in 2nd Ezra 13:40, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Yeah, America, that new world, America. That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their land, our own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they passed over. So you didn't come from the barren strait. The Most High held still the floods over there by the Horn of Africa. So that area is known for very rough waters. Very rough waters. The Most High holds still the flood waters so that they can pass through. come through the Horn of Africa up into the Americas when they left. For though that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half. The same region is called Astaroth. That took them a whole year and a half, one way. When King Solomon had his navy, it was a 3-year journey. A year and a half one way, a year and a half back. So King Solomon knew about this place. That's how he became one of the richest, if not the richest king on the planet. He came over here and got all the gold, the peacocks, and all that valuable resources that America was rich with. That Hamite was captain of his navy. I forgot his name. You can read about it. So it took him a year and a half to get there, and a year and a half back, meaning 3 years. It was like the round trip journey from Israel to America, over the water. So they didn't come through, the Bering Strait. It's only like a couple miles from Alaska to Russia, that Bering Strait. Yeah, man. We have a rich history. Your foundation is in America. The foundation is Israel. Right here, it's 1 Kings 10:21. And all King Solomon's drinking vessels were gold. And all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish, the navy of Haram. That's his name, Haram. So he was the Hamite. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold, silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. Just 3 years, 1.5 years one way, 1.5 years back, 3 years. So King Solomon knew about this land. Everybody knew about it. The Northern Kingdom, Negroes, Latinos. Latinos, man. Y'all knew about it, man. The Northern Kingdom. That's why after the Assyrian captivity, we left and we came over here to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, which we all broke, but we ended up going off anyway. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom, man. So yeah, King Solomon, the richest king, on the planet, because he knew about this place up here in America, man. He got them riches. Yeah, just wanted to make that point. You call yourself Mexicans, you want to call yourself Venezuelans, you want to call yourself Cubans and all that. Well, Lord ain't looking for Cubans. The Lord ain't looking for Colombians. No, the Lord is looking for Zebulon. Or look for Issachar, So time is short. This man's supposed to come down with great wrath, right? Now we're in the time to get right. Now is the time, man. You're seeing the news, you're watching the news. Turmoil all over the place. The prophecies are coming to pass. Yahweh Shai gave us a list of what to look for, man. God, this is Matthew 24:3. It's written plain on tables, man. It says, he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what sign shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world, man? That was the question all the prophets asked. They all wanted to know, when's the kingdom coming? When's the kingdom? When are you going to bring the kingdom? But no man knoweth. Yahweh Shai don't even know. Only the Most High himself. He knows Yahweh. He's the only one that knows. But he was given specific, signs to look for. The prophecies. That's why you got to be on your watch out here, man. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, and it's not yet. Wars. Wars is everywhere out here, man. Got wars about to pop off in Iran again. We got uproars of people, and the U.S. threatening to invade again. Oh, you got the Ukraine-Russia war going on. You got what happened down there in Venezuela. That was a war, dropping bombs. A quick one. They invaded that place, man, and took out the king of that place, Maduro. They took his resources, heaping up on some nations, peoples. Man he doesn't keep at home. He doesn't stay at home. He's got military bases all over the place. The hammer of the earth, man. When ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. There are pestilences out there. These flu viruses, all these sickness, everybody's getting sick all over the place. Famines. We talked about famine of the word, but there's actually going to be a famine of actual food too. These places shutting down. And earthquakes, man. They just had an earthquake down there in Mexico, 6.5. Every week or something. There's always an earthquake popping off somewhere on this planet. But these are all the beginning of sorrows, man. Yeah, because it's going to get hella bad out here. These are all the beginnings of sorrows, man. So, man, hey, time is now. Time is now. Get right. Here or forbear now. This man is coming down great wrath. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice in heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Yeah, rejoice in heavens, man. Therefore, the ones that have died in the spirit world, rejoice, man. You ain't got to deal with the madness that's coming down. You ain't got to deal with these plagues that's coming down the place. You ain't got to deal with this destruction. All right? Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath a short time, but a short time. He knows his kingdom is falling, man. He knows the prophecies. So he has to hurry up and push for this new world order, trying to offset these prophecies, bro. He has to hurry up and push this microchip. He wants to push in everybody, bro. He has to hurry up and do it. He knows he has a short time. That's why everything's speeding up. 2026 just may be the year, man. That's what we're looking forward to. It says, coming down with great wrath, man. He's coming down with hella wrath. Specifically on the tribes, man. Lord will, I have to stick out here next week. Great wrath, man. Martial law, concentration camps, sparing none. But for those that fear the Lord, Who has that zeal for the Lord, man? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all the ones that have that zeal. All right. Start wrapping it up real soon. Probably ended on this. That is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Hey, it is speaking, man. These prophecies are speaking. It's not lying. You gotta be a fool if you can't see it. All right? Elon Musk said he's going to be mass producing these brain chips in 2026. He also talked about, I'm going to do a video on it. He talked about how there's no need to retire or to save up money for retirement. It's going to be obsolete. You're not going to need to save up for retirement and what they have coming. Why? Because you're going to get rid of this money system. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah, though it tarry, it will seem like it. You know, it seemed like it's taking for a long time to get this thing going. But hey, we're seeing it now, man, live in the living color, man. It shall surely come, and that end is surely going to come, and the missiles surely are going to drop. All right. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That soul ain't upright in him, man. Scripture says the wicked is strained from a womb, man. The just is going to live by faith, you know? The just, man, the elect on this side, they're going to live by their faith, you know? They're not going to put this trust in this man's system. They're not going to go down to Egypt for help. You know? You're going to put their trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Shit starts getting rough. Even unto death, man. The true worshipers of Yahushua, man. We're not gonna take that chip, you know? We're not gonna sell out in this place, man. We're not gonna take a bag and preach the bullshit heresies, man. We're not gonna add onto the book. The Lord said you add, take away from the book, you're gonna receive the plagues of the book, man. I'm not gonna take no bag out here, man. They also, because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man. This man's hella proud, man. The Most High is going to bring down his pomp, all right? Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. He cannot be satisfied, man. This man cannot be satisfied. Neither keepeth at home, man. He's about to put his little grubby hands into Colombia, man. But only the ruler of Colombia right now, he's giving in. I think he met with him at the White House not too long ago. After he done bombed out Venezuela, he's about to bomb out Colombia. He was like, "Nah, we'll know about me." He cannot be satisfied. You can't satisfy this guy, man. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Yeah, man. Shall not all these things take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his. How long? I'm taking all these people's resources that doesn't belong to him, man. That's what the hammer of the earth's been doing, man. And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, yeah, that debt, that heavy debt, man. Want to get that worth with thick clay. goes into this debt system, man. You know? Blue letter. This place is heavy in debt. That's why he's doing that. That's why he went down there to get that resource. You know, he just stole that oil from that nation, man. But eventually, you know, this money system's gonna crash. And they're gonna have to institute that chip, man, the mark of the beast. Okay, you ain't gonna be able to buy nothing, you ain't gonna be able to sell nothing. But at least you have the mark. The Lord said not to take that mark. I'm gonna keep saying that, keep pushing it, man. Yeah, Hebrew word for this is the blue letter for thick clay. Hebrew word there is ibothiath. Ibothiath means a weight of pledges, heavy debts. You know, he laden himself with heavy debt. That's, you know, Hebrews in the house are trembling right now. For the scriptures, man. Hebrews out of the house are trembling. So you know this place is about to crash, it's about to fall. So they have to redo this whole system. Yeah, it goes into weight of pledges, heavy debts. Yeah, that's about it. Heavy debts. Yeah, you know, I think I'll just wrap it up here. You know, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Out here, Lord will, you know, continue to push this word, continue to push this truth up into the very end, man. Lord will have that stick out here next week. You know, the scriptures commanded. Come out here, week in, week out, you know, in season and out of season. Push this truth, man. You know, fuck the Yahweh, fuck the El Shai, fuck the Yahweh, fuck the El Shai, fuck the Yahweh, fuck the El Shai. All praises. Yahweh, fuck the El Shai. Double honors to apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect across the planet Earth, pushing the truth, the spirit, and the truth. All right? Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Allah, Hayah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Akkad. All right? Shalom.